Skulk eased back into consciousness with his head searing from the blow he took. At this point, between purposefully falling from a building and the hit to the back of the head, the ogre definitely had a serious concussion, if not massive internal bleeding. If he weren't on the verge of being killed, a doctor would definitely recommend, at the very least, plenty of rest. And liquids. The beast went to grab his head, but his arms wouldn't move. He tried to wiggle other parts of his body, but Skulk couldn't change his position at all. His eyes slowly opened, and through clouded vision, he began to understand his predicament. Buried in rocks up to his neck, the ogre found himself at the apex of the very trash mountain he had most recently seen Lady Baghead. A contraption made of electrical saws and sharp objects was fit around his throat, while half-working video cameras surrounded Skulk.
Hey now, move that over here.
Men with bags over their heads erected satellite dishes preparing to broadcast to the helmets below.
Right at eye level.
They directed hammer hands to move this here or move that there, while Lady Baghead stood behind Skulk. Though she towered into the clouds above, she could not be seen by any of the mere human folk. Only Skulk and Hammer Hands had the cosmic largeness to be able to commune with the giant. The bag-headed men may not have been able to see Lady Baghead, but they certainly felt her. They felt the pain she experienced from having to feel each and every emotion of every being on the planet. They felt sorry for their not-so-imaginary god. They were her followers, the followers of Baghead. The beast could hear the clamoring of the city below as the boom tubes boomed off at one end and the waste cranes craned at the other. And on both sides, the people. So many people. Pretty much all of them. Save a couple of tribes still left outside the walls of the city in the great plastic yonder.
Time to wake up, you tiny wretch. Time to be an example yet again. Time to help keep the city exactly what I want it to be. Ordered, planned out. Too busy to have time for emotions. Too entertained to question what they're working towards. Too tired to try anything else. You do such a great job of reminding them why they shouldn't dissent. You, the perfect false hope of humanity. Too stupid and oafish to ever be of any real assistance to anyone. A hope so easily crushed that it reminds them of how much better it is to stay in their predetermined lives. And you keep coming back to be a part of more lessons. You're truly the best friend a woman in my position could have.
Skulk hung on the word friend. He didn't remember the last time he had a friend. He didn't remember a lot of things. A friend would be nice, especially in his current position. Though Lady Baghead certainly didn't feel like a friend, at least not in this life. While Skulk marinated on how to feel about the giant, the little bag-headed men scurried about the mountaintop getting set to show off their latest sacrifice of the ever-returning beast. Though their god may have done all the work, they gave all the credit to themselves. If only they knew how little it had to do with them and how much more it had to do with their ethereal lord. How much her persuasion of hammer hands each and every day saved their own lives often.
You see them scamper? All for me. And they don't even know I really exist. Look!
The giant leaned down below the clouds and put her massive finger in front of a human and flicked. Nothing. Her finger went right through the follower as unaware as ever.
So ignorant. So loyal. And these little ones keep their kind in line and allow me peace. You always try and change things. You try and make this place better. And you don't even know what better is. You, the one who always seems to come back to life with a belief in fairness and the good of all creatures, will see yet again what these people really are. A malleable, egotistical, scared group of filth, ready to sacrifice any form of justice or morality so that they may squeak out 1 or 2 more days of their miserable lives. You, the one who wants to unite the people, are about to do just that.
On that note, all sounds below stop. No more tube booming, no more waist craning, no more peopling. It even felt like the waist tower stopped shedding waste for a moment. The helmets on all creatures turned on, and there they saw Skulk neck deep in the mountain. They all stopped and listened.
Here is the beast constantly trying to ruin our way of life. Here is the beast responsible for so much death and destruction. Now, do we lead perfect lives here in this city? Of course not. But look what happens when one tries to change the way we deal with the mess we inherited.
Scenes of Skulk running through the city flashed through everyone's helmet. They saw the destruction he caused when climbing the tower in search of hammerhands. They saw him crush the people inside the welcome wagon when he jettisoned off the vehicle. They saw the accidental destruction and accidental killings that didn't seem so accidental when shown in the way they were. Then, things got even worse. They saw some creatively edited scenes of Skulk ripping apart the citizenry, courtesy of the most tech-savvy followers of Baghead. They saw a heavily doctored clip of the beast growing wings and spitting fireballs down upon the lone school in the city as flaming children's heads rolled out of the front door. They saw what attempting to change things can do. Boos broke the silence, and hisses hung on the dry, dead air.
Do you hear that, my love? The seeds of unity are planted. You are doing it. And as a long-time admirer, I'm proud of you.
Skulk tried to struggle free, but resistance only made things worse. The rocks began to move, shifting their edges into even more uncomfortable places. As he pushed even harder, it felt like momentum was turning his way, but Hammerhands walked over and pressed his mallet onto Skulk's head, pushing him right back into position.
This world is full of toil and pain. Yet we all get moments of entertainment and joy throughout the day now, don't we? The world is over, and we survive. The only way proven to work. We still stand as everything around us falls. But to prove our good faith, you will decide this beast's fate. But first, it's only fair we let the ogre try to explain his deplorable actions in his own words.
The jeers went silent. Skulk was stunned. He was shocked at how much damage he had caused. He was hurt that the city hated him. He worried he was beginning to hate himself. The beast always thought he'd be the one to show everyone there was evil in this world, and sometimes that evil is ourselves. And that's okay, as long as we acknowledge it and work to change our ways. He wanted to tell everyone that it's okay to be serious and not try to shut out the bad things, but actually stand up to them. He wanted to tell everyone that pursuit of happiness is great, but we are confused about what happiness is. He wanted to tell everyone that we don't have to always be looking for the next thing to do, and that it's okay to just be. The ogre swallowed his pride and realized maybe he still needed to learn all those things himself. Lady Baghead was trying to help him after all. While it was a strange way to help him, he now had the chance to speak to the world he loved so dearly.
And now is the moment where you speak your mind and find out just how right you are. Until we meet again, old friend.
Her words of confidence in him gave him a jolt of undeserved assuredness. The beast took a deep breath as the people below instantly became restless. Without a fear in the world, and truly without reading the room, Skulk only heard the word right and began to tell everyone in the known world exactly what they never wanted to hear in the most awkward way only the ogre could.
Sometimes it feels like this is pivotal, like life ain't trivial, like I'm fighting for a cause and all political, yet we're individual in this age of digital. Lost faith, we're indivisible, for father thoughts forgettable. In other countries, people die for things formidable, as simple death, sorrow so livable. Yet our love for being martyred unconditional. I wonder if we even die critical. If principles are so transmittable, our solutions always seem medicinal. Subliminal, war criminal, irresistible, imbecile, the unthinkable, pitiful, a fictional pinnacle. Our biblical citadel has left us immiscible, unconditional, unforgivable, unequivocal, unpredictable, inexplicably cynical. Jesus running, second coming, Vegas, nugget, ammo, flooding, touting guns, yeah, women, nothing, everyone, and taking something, crushing hope, or hopes, coming, nothing but a ton of nothing, vegan, loving, shedding, loving, just to show them what we have done. Being filthy rich is a crime, where in which they say we can climb, by bewitching us with sublime, while they switch our dollars to dimes. Design lines constrict, define minds, convict the blind, are inclined to restrict our eyes with addiction, strict malign pricks, ornate can and bind their lives to the crypt. Why can't we all get along? Why must the weak power too strong? Why can't we yet